What's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over the Dawning's weapon Cold Front, which is going to be a kinetic SMG. And in this video, we'll be showing how to farm for this weapon, and we'll be breaking down all the different perks it can get and be talking about what is the god roll and just overall how good it is in PvE. So how do you farm for this weapon? Well, you have to bake a bunch of different cookies. Whichever one you have the most ingredients for usually works the best. Then you take that cookie or whatever you bake and take it to whichever vendor it corresponds to and turn in the gifts. And every time you turn in a gift to one of these NPCs, there's a chance to give you a gift back. And I found over farming for this weapon for several hours yesterday. That was roughly 1 in every 5 gifts I gave a vendor, they gave me a gift back. And when you open up those gifts, you can get Cold Front or Last Dawning's special weapon, the Avalanche. Now actually looking at the weapon itself, like I said, it's going to be a kinetic SMG, 750 RPM, which there really aren't too many of these SMGs in the game with random rolls. And the best perk in the left side for PvE is definitely Feeding Frenzy. It's pretty much the only relevant perk. We all know what it does. Any kill will increase the reload speed greatly, pretty much takes it to cap. Then the right side, there's be a bunch of perks. The first being Kill Clip, being the main damage perk for PvE and PvP. And right now, Kill Clip is still at 33% when you reload after getting a kill. But the thing I still don't like about Kill Clip is the fact that you cannot overlap the perk. And what I mean by that is you have to wait for the perk to drop off before you can re-proc it. So if you have Kill Clip procced already, if you get a kill and reload again, it will not refresh the perk and restart the timer. So overall, it's a very clunky experience, and every time you reload doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be getting the perk. So what might happen is you might shoot off the entire magazine, get Kill Clip, shoot off the entire magazine again, then reload at the end of the magazine once you run out of bullets, but the initial Kill Clip is still procced, so by the time you reload, it doesn't proc Kill Clip. Then you're in this weird sequence where one magazine you have Kill Clip, the next one you don't, because of the fact that the first one didn't go away, and it's just not a very fun experience. And I really wish they just update this perk and allow it to overlap with itself, and every single time you reload after getting killed, no matter what, it will reset the timer back to that 4 or 5 seconds. I don't know exactly what it is, I believe it's 5 seconds. Another perk this weapon can get is the Vorpal weapon, where you're going to be getting 15% more damage versus bosses, 15% more damage versus vehicles, then also 50% versus guardians and their super in the Crucible. Unless you're looking to use this weapon in the Crucible, I don't really see this perk being useful. The 50% versus supers in the Crucible is actually very nice and will help you a lot in Crucible if you find yourself using your primary versus supers very often. But for PvE, you're not going to be really using your primary for bosses, and 15% more damage won't really make that a viable option. Then also, you're really never fighting vehicles, so that is pretty much irrelevant also. So for damage perks PvE, definitely stick with Kill Clip. PvP, you can either use Kill Clip or this one. Up next will be Osmosis. Using your grenade ability changes this weapon's damage type to match your subclass until you stow it. And every time I talk about this perk, I pretty much say I don't see the use of it outside of match game Nightfalls or very unique builds such as Nezark Sin. So moving on to the final perk I want to talk about is going to be Dynamic Sway Reduction, which boosts the accuracy over time as you shoot this weapon. And the reason I'm throwing this perk in is because of the fact this weapon has really bad recoil, and not only like a lot of recoil, it's all over the place. But the thing about this perk is it does not boost the stability at all. All it does is increase the aim assist over time, which might help you a bit with controlling the weapon, but it still has that crazy recoil even on mouse and keyboard, so I cannot even imagine how bad this weapon is on controller. So it pretty much goes without saying the god roll for PvE and pretty much PvP is going to be Feeding Frenzy and Kill Clip. Then I would definitely recommend going for a Stability Masterwork, then even probably something like Steady Rounds for the magazine option, then even a good Stability Barrel. Overall, I just don't like the way this weapon feels at all. Not only does it have a lot of recoil, the recoil is left, right, up, down, all over the place. It's very hard to predict and control even on a mouse, which makes this weapon pretty much impossible to use at any range outside of like 10 feet. Then on top of that, not only does it not feel good to shoot, the main damage perk being Kill Clip, which is in my opinion the worst damage perk in the game right now, just feels very clunky to use also because of the fact you cannot overlap it. And there's going to be times where you go to reload and your previous Kill Clip proc is not done yet, so then you try to reload, you don't get Kill Clip again, then you end up shooting your entire next magazine without the perk on accident, and just that happens over and over again. So not only does it not have the great damage perk in my opinion, it also doesn't feel good at all, so I definitely can't recommend using this weapon pretty much at all. There's definitely better kinetic primary options this season, for example Breach Light, I love that thing. Then if you even want a kinetic SMG, you can always go for Exit Strategy, which was last season's Gambit Ritual weapon. And that one at least has Swashbuckler on it, which will be a lot better damage perk, especially for SMGs where you can just get the melee and get the full 33% right off the bat. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't go out of my way to farm for this SMG. It doesn't feel good, doesn't have a great damage perk, and that's pretty much all it boils down to. Anyways, let me know what you think about it. Did I get it wrong, or do you agree with me? Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.